Hey everybody, welcome to another review, and today I will be reviewing Toy Story 4. Yeah, I saw this a couple days ago, a couple nights ago. I was watching the first four, well, the only four Toy Story movies. Watched the first three before I saw this one. I've seen those before. I grew up on Toy Story, mostly the first movie. But and the second too, and the third I saw whenever I was like, I think 12 years old. But I liked it a lot then. Um, and I wanted to see Toy Story 4, but I wanted to watch the first three before I watch it. So I watched them all on Disney Plus, of course. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, my review of Toy Story 4. This came out last year, 2019, and of course it stars once again, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen as Woody and Buzz, and also Keanu Reeves is in this, and Christina Hendricks, I think is her name, and also Annie Potts as Bo Peep. Again, she played her in the first two movies, and she's back in this, Bo Peep. Oh, and also, what's their names? Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele. They're in this, and I'll get to them in a minute. They're probably the show stealers in this movie, but yeah. Anyways, Toy Story 4. This was a movie that no one asked for, because Toy Story 3 ended perfectly. That was a great trilogy, and it should have stayed a trilogy, but for some reason, we got Toy Story 4. I don't know why. I guess Disney thinks they need more money, but they really don't, because they have enough money. I don't know. They're weird. But the first three are all really good films. Really good films. And Toy Story 4, this I think gets mixed reviews. There's actually a lot of people that like it, and there's a lot of people that don't. Myself, I'm kind of in the middle, actually. I'll go ahead and say it right off the bat. This is definitely my least favorite Toy Story film. And I will even say it's probably, out of all four of them, it's probably the worst one. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It really isn't a bad movie, but it is the weakest out of the four. And I'm not sure whether or not I like it. There's a part of me that doesn't like it, and there's a part of me that does. But I think there's a bigger part of me that doesn't. But this isn't terrible, I have to be honest. Like, it's actually better than I thought it would be. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll go ahead and talk about what it's about. So this takes place, after Toy Story 3, and I might spoil the ending of Toy Story 3. So if you don't want me to spoil the end of Toy Story 3, go ahead and turn this off. But most of y'all watching this probably already seen Toy Story 3, so, But, at the end of Toy Story 3, Andy is all grown up, and he goes to college, and he gives all of his toys to this little girl named Bonnie. So, and they have a new owner now. And yeah. So in this movie, they're with Bonnie now, of course, and this is her first day of kindergarten. And she makes a toy out of a spork actually, and names him Forky. And Forky is this crazy character in this movie who could easily be annoying, and he might be annoying for some people watching this movie. But yeah, like, he could have been easily the Jar Jar Binks of this film, but not. I don't know. He's actually kind of funny. Forky is, and he's kind of this is kind of dark, special for a Toy Story film. But then again, the ending of Toy Story 3, well, close to the ending, the furnace scene, that was really dark. But Forky is kind of suicidal in a way, not really in the obvious way, but I don't know, he's like obsessed with wanting to be in a trash can. He says trash. It's in a way he's kind of suicidal. It's pretty funny. Anyways, and Woody has to watch over Forky because he's crazy, and make sure he doesn't do anything bad to himself. And while let's see, they're on a road trip, Bonnie and her family, and she brings the toys with her. They're on a road trip, and Woody and Forky get lost, and while they're trying to get back, they find this antique store where Woody sees this lamp, and it's Bo Peep's lamp. Bo Peep was this character from the first two movies that was Woody's friend, and I think I guess had a crush on her or whatever. But they were good friends. They were really good friends, and they they find each other in this film, and become friends again and stuff. But she's actually different in this movie. She pretty much just changed. Like, her character changed, which, it's all right because, she left them, so her whole personality changed, and that's okay, That's not a big deal. In fact, she's actually pretty cool in this film. She's a badass in this movie, I have to say. But I don't even remember what I was saying. I don't know. I will say though, I'll try to say this without spoiling anything. But at the beginning of the film, it starts with like a flashback, and it shows what happened to Bo Peep. Because in the third movie, she was in the first two, but in the third movie, they mentioned that, they've lost some toys through the years, and they said that Bo Peep was one of them, and she wasn't in the movie. So they show in this movie, they flash back where they're still with Andy, and they show what happens to Bo Peep. I won't say what happens to her, but yeah, it's actually a pretty good scene. So yeah, anyways, that's the movie. That's all I'm going to say pretty much. Well, I will also say there is kind of a villain in this movie, kind of, but it's actually in a different way, that the way they do it. Like, she kind of starts it's a female villain, played by, I think her name was Christina Hendricks, I think. Yeah. But anyways, she is, I don't know, she's an interesting character, and I don't really want to spoil anything, but she's kind of the villain. If you watch the movie, you'd probably know why I say kind of, because at the end she actually isn't the villain. So that's all I'm going to say there. But anyways, I guess that's all I can say about the movie itself. About the story. All right, so I guess I'll go ahead and say, start saying the positives first about this movie, and then the negatives. And there's some big positives for this film. All right, one thing, the voice acting is really good, as always. From Tom Hanks and Tim Allen and everybody else, Annie Potts. It's very well acted and stuff. Second, the animation looks amazing. This is probably the best looking Toy Story film, which they all look good. Even the first one, even though it looks a little dated, but it still looks okay. It looked really good whenever it came out. I could imagine. I mean, I wasn't around then yet. I wasn't born yet, but Yeah, a little bit dated. It looks, this movie makes Toy Story, the first Toy Story, look like shit, to be honest, because this is just really good animation. I'm not saying Toy Story 1 looks like shit. It really doesn't. It looks pretty good. But this one makes it look like shit because this animation is just so good. The backgrounds are amazing in this film. Like they almost look real. Like it's really beautiful. And also the beginning scene, I'll just say a little bit more about the beginning scene. But the beginning scene starts with starts on a rainy night, and the rain looks real. Like it doesn't look animated at all. It looks real. So yeah, Pixar really improved, because Toy Story 1 was their first full-length feature film. Before that they were doing shorts, and then they did a full-length feature film, and that was Toy Story. They really improved since then, through the years. They've had some movies, like I think The Good Dinosaur. That I never seen that one, but I've seen what it looks like and stuff. The backgrounds look good, but like the dinosaur kind of looks like shit, to be honest. So yeah, but for the most part, even like some of the bad or kind of movies, like I'm not a big fan of Cars, but the animation of Cars looks good. So yeah, I'll give it that. But yeah, anyways, yeah, they've really improved since then. And this looks amazing. This film does. And third, the comedy. This movie is funny, and it might even be the funniest Toy Story movie. All of them are pretty funny, but this one is really funny. This has some really funny jokes and funny characters. Forky is pretty funny. Key and Peele, Jordan Peele and Keegan-Michael Key, their characters are hilarious. They're probably the show stealers, and they could easily be annoying too. And I imagine they probably are to some people. But I was laughing my ass off at them too in this film. They play like these plush bunny and duck and these stuffed animals who are at a carnival. Buzz goes to the carnival and he meets up with them two who are prizes at the carnival. And and they are hilarious in this film. And there's one really funny moment at the end of the movie with them too, like at the credits. There's like some parts where the credits stop and they show like some scenes and stuff, and there's a scene with them too that is just fucking hilarious. But yeah, and Buzz Lightyear is even funny in this movie. They got this funny joke with this running joke with him in the film, and it's pretty funny, I have to say. He was never really like the funny character, although in the first movie, the part where he realizes that he's not a toy, realizes that he is a toy and not a space ranger, and then he goes crazy. That was funny in the first movie. That's like my favorite scene. Whenever he's, wherever, they're at Sid's house and he's having that tea party with Sid's sister, and he's like acting all crazy. He's like, "Don't you get it? You see the hat? I am Mrs. Nesbit." He kills me every time. Oh God, I can only imagine how I sounded there. But anyways, that's like the only like really funny moment that he has before this one, and it's even funnier than this one in my opinion. Anyways, but yeah, he's funny in this. And the story's kind of mixed. It's an interesting story, and there's moments where it's good, but there's some that are kind of, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm not sure whether or not that should have happened. I guess this is kind of going into the negatives now, but and like the ending too. the ending is kind of both good, but also kind of not. Like, I don't know. If you've seen this movie, you might know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say what happens, but it's a completely unexpected ending. Like, I was not expecting it at all. And it shocked me. It really did. And I'm not really sure if it should have happened, honestly. I don't know. There's a part of me that doesn't think it should have happened. But there's also a part of me that was like, well, it's okay. But I will say this. There should definitely not be a Toy Story 5 because of this ending. If they have a Toy Story 5, I don't know what I'm going to... I mean, I guess I'll try to watch it, but I doubt it will be good, to be honest. Because this ending really shows that there shouldn't be a Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5. But then again, the ending to Toy Story 3 showed that it shouldn't have a Toy Story 4. But yeah, we got one anyways. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, anyways. Yeah, I don't know about the ending. I mean, it's actually not a terrible ending, but it's just kind of, I kind of wish it didn't happen, honestly. I don't know. But, I don't know. I really don't know about this movie. I kind of like it and I kind of don't. Like, it's just, I'm kind of confused by it. Like, I think the last movie I reviewed, that was mid-90s, I believe. Yeah, mid-90s. And it's kind of the same way. I'm like, I'm not sure if I like it or not. There's parts where I do like it, but there's also parts where I don't. And I think I kind of had an issue with the ending of mid-90s too, but sort of. Well, I think it was just because it felt rushed. I think that's what it was. But anyways. Oh, and also, I should also mention this movie is a little fast paced. I have to, which I mean, I kind of get it because, I mean, most animated movies probably are fast paced because, you know, they're short. And the reason why they're short is because they're hard to make, you know. Most animated films are like, especially like older Disney films, they're usually about 80 or 90 minutes because, you know, they're hard to make, you know, that's why they're usually short. Although I think Toy Story 3 and 4 are a little bit over 100 minutes. They're still an hour, but they're longer compared to the first two. But I would, you know, I don't have a problem with that. But anyways, but this one I don't know. It was just happening kind of too fast. I had to watch this again. I actually watched this movie twice before I started this review. So yeah. And I don't know. It's because the first time I just didn't really get a lot of it. I didn't understand a lot of it. And the second time, I don't know. I was kind of starting to lose interest a little bit. Like, I started to get it, but then I was like, I don't know if I should have watched this again. This probably should have just been a one and done for me. And I don't know if I will watch this again. I don't know. Maybe, but maybe not. I don't see myself watching it anytime soon. So, yeah. But yeah, Toy Story 4, it's like in between for me, where I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. It's not terrible, but there are some flaws to it, and I don't know. I don't think it should have been made, but whatever. It's not terrible, and that's good. At least it's not terrible. So, all right. I guess that's about it of what I'm going to say about it. So I give Toy Story 4. Sorry, I give Toy Story 4. I'm going to give it the exact same grade that I gave mid-90s. I'm going to give it a C+. And I'm sorry if you think it should be higher than that. I apologize. But this is, how I like them. And I'm not and I feel like I almost like it. So I give it a C+. I feel like that's the lowest grade I've gave movies so far. I think it might have been because I think I gave Zombieland Double Tap. I think I gave that a C plus, but I feel like it's probably going to go down a little bit, maybe a C now. I don't know. I feel like I gave it the wrong grade, but I probably did. But anyways, Toy Story 4 C plus. That's my grade for it. All right, well, there we go. That's my review for Toy Story 4. So in the comments, tell me, have you seen Toy Story 4? Have you not? And what's your favorite Toy Story movie? Mine is the first movie. The third is a close second, but I like the first movie a lot because that's the one I've watched the most. That's why I like it a lot. And also, what's your favorite Pixar movie? Mine is actually Monsters, Inc. I love that movie, Monsters, Inc. All right, so please like and subscribe. And I think my next video will be another review. I want to do it sometime before Christmas. It will be, I believe, a review of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey version. Yeah. I think I'll try to watch that tonight and do a review of that, which is probably going to be in my room. I'm doing this in the living room. It's probably going to be in my room because my brother has his break after today. He starts his break tomorrow's Christmas break. So I'll probably do that review tomorrow in my room. So maybe we'll see if I don't have to do anything, then I will. Anyways, I'll see you hopefully then sometime. All right. Peace.